this episode of Legendary Trucks, we are going all the way north because we are going to visit TEAM TAPANI in the very north of Sweden. Right now I am back home here in Södertälje where I live, and I'm getting ready for next weekend show, which is arranged by Go In Style Superdik in the Netherlands. And no, it has nothing to do with because it's called Superdik. Superdik is Dutch and it means something like super cool, as dik is Dutch and means fat. Doesn't make sense at all. But it is a very cool event, and if you are into trucks, you better get there, because it is a place where there are trucks from all over Europe participating, and last year we had a blast. The event is held in Papendal, close to Arnhem, and I will come with my 143 as it is now before we start pimping the truck or the big makeover. So if you want to see that truck as it is now and has been for the latest 20 years, you can come and watch it there. Beside of that, I will bring my Scania 166, the grey one, with a very special Danish build on the trailer, and that's gonna be a surprise. So next weekend in Papendal, close to Arnhem, it is. I'll put a link in the description, so if you need any further informations, please go in the description of this video. But let us get north towards Tapani in Gällivare. I just unloaded in Finland, and from Finland in Kimi I went directly into Sweden again, because I have an appointment with a guy who has some very, very cool and famous trucks, and that guy is called Anton. And Anton has a company that is family driven and has been it for almost 100 years. I think it's 100 years now, and for that I leave the highway AE4 that goes all the way along the east coast and cross the Kalixälven, which is a river, and I go inland because that's where I have to meet the guys tonight. Actually, I've known Anton for quite some years, and the gold company, as I mentioned, is about to be 100 years old, TEAM TAPANI. And I've met them at Ramsele, a truck show in the northern part of Sweden for the first time. Beside of that, they participate in a lot of the big shows all over Europe with their very well-known trucks. And I think, and I hope, that one of them might be home tomorrow, so I can see if these legendary trucks really are used for work up here in the north of Sweden. And just to avoid misunderstanding, this is not filmed during the winter. This is actually in the end of March. And if you go by the E10 from the coast directly towards Gällivare, you come to a legendary truck spot. Amongst drivers that go to Norway and here in Sweden, it's a place you must stop, because it's a very legendary truck stop where you get some of the best schnitzels in all of Scandinavia. Of course, I have to stop here and get a schnitzel with cheese and bacon and eggs. This restaurant has been run by the same family for generations, and the whole atmosphere, the quality of the food and the hospitality makes it to what it is, a must-go for every driver. And if you eat here, you can even get a shower for free. But you must be okay with the reindeers watching you while you shower. But at least it is clean and the water is warm. We are in the end of March, but spring has not arrived up here, and when I made it to Gällivare late that night, it even started to snow. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I had an appointment with the brother of Anton, who's driving that truck normally, or maybe also today. But as he didn't show up yet, I will have myself a piece of bread and getting my coffee made. Coffee! The coffee time! The motherfucker brought the coffee! Ja, men vad fan, god morgon!
God morgon!
Vad är det?
Lite kaffe till direktör.
Nej men vad fan, tack så mycket! It is time to hit the road, as we have a customer waiting for us who has a stone crusher that he needs to get moved. And that's a perfect job for Team Tapani. Somewhere in the surrounding mountains at the end of a forest road, there is the stone crusher waiting for us. The crusher itself can be driven on belts, but as it has to be moved to a different mountainside, that ride is not possible on belts. Emil is very used to driving under conditions like this, but I must admit, if it was me who had to drive this truck under conditions like this, I would be pretty nervous, because the road is not just straight. I would be scared that the truck would slide towards the ditch. Back down to the main road, and then after several kilometers we turn over to the other side of the valley. Emil is, as I mentioned, used to this stuff, as they drive under conditions like this 8 to 9 months a year. And as they know what it takes, they bring a sander for a job like this too. Well done, guys, and we better get down the same road again towards Gällivare, because the next job is already waiting for us. Tapani started back in 1926, so they actually turned 100 years this year, and that itself is a crazy achievement. Today they have 3 trucks in total, and mainly they drive for the mining industry and local companies. All 3 trucks carry their own story, but I think it's on time that Emil tells you much more about his truck.
This is my truck. And this is a tribute to my father's side of the family. We have my grandfather and my grandfather on the front, and we have the godfather teams because of my grandfather looked like a mafia boss. Yeah, So this is like a tribute to my father's side. And it have a 660 V8 engine with a G38 gearbox. No, 33 is it is. And with the overdrive. So it's really nice on the roads. It's 375 axle and like a tridem, we call it in Sweden. With the last axle you can lift up. So I really like this. This is you can do anything with this truck. And I can use it like a tractor unit. I can use it like a timber truck. I can use it like a hook lifter. So I can drive whatever I feel like or what's we have on like work. So we have we can change it. It's like a quick fix locks on it. So I can change this fifth wheel to a lift hook system, and I can change it to a timber truck configuration. So I drive this now like a tractor unit with the trailer behind, and mostly it goes like this. Almost everybody has seen it like this because I use it like 90% like this. So and other 10-15% or something I can drive like to timber truck, or I can drive like a hook lift. This is the hook lift system that we easily mount on the truck, and we can use it for change containers and stuff like that. And then we have the timber unit, so you can drive timber then. And then we can mount the crane on the back so we can load the timber too. Really nice.
You know, in Europe and especially Holland, we have a lot of issues with the we call them the bull guard in front. How is the law in Sweden, and why do you use it? Is it really necessary?
This is really necessary for us because we have so much reindeers and mooses and everything on the roads. So we have cheaper insurance because we have those. So we are saving both money and the truck, and it's really good looking too. So that's good too.
The guys from Team Tapani are actually also known for participating in truck shows and have won several prizes with their trucks at some of the biggest shows. We hit downtown because we go to the local Scania workshop where we find Anton, the brother of Emil, who drives the other truck, which is getting its services done after some hard winter months. And this truck has a family connection too.
The story about the truck is about actually the Finnish Winter War. Is from the inspiration is from my mother's father. He was a veteran and a fighter in the Finnish Winter War and in the extension war after the war or before the war. So I wanted to make a tribute for all family history about this truck, about the war, about the people that fought the war, and showing off the honor about the Finnish people, a small country fighting a big one against the Soviet Union back in the days. And so here it is. It's been rolling now around 400,000 kilometers, working every day, heavy hauling in a really rough environment.
So it's not just a show truck; it's really getting.
Yeah, we're using it for real. Yeah. So this is the biggest truck actually could at the time buy from Scania. It's a 770 horsepower V8, 16 liters. It got originally 4x8. It's a tandem drive pusher truck, like we say in Sweden. It's got 2 front axles, and it got an extra 5th axle on this one to get up the tons, the weight on the truck actually. So today, with the 5th axle mounted, the truck can weigh up to 57 tons. From the fifth, with the fifth axle mounted on the truck, it's with quick connection, so we can detach the axle if we need, when we can use like normal trailers or hydraulic trailers. But when we have the air suspended 5-axle Peco trailer behind, then we can load on it around 75, 76 ton on the road in full speed. That means that we're putting an extra 12 ton to the chassis when we're mounting this fifth axle. So it's a big difference, and yeah, it's great. We're using it every day.
But beside of that, beside of being a workhorse for you, we've known this truck and seen it at many shows, and you have won some prizes with this truck as well, haven't you?
Yeah, actually, was it 2020, was it 24 Power Truck Show? We actually won the whole thing with it. We had it like a 4-axle tractor and with the 5-axle trailer, and then we had an old Red Army fighting, what you call, tank on the trailer. And we made a huge job, and it ended up that we won everything. We won the super truck and the People's Choice in Power Truck Show in Arnhem, and it was really crazy actually. And then we've been around like in Mantorp and Elmia, and we were actually in Belgium in 23 at CNA Truck Show, and there we got I think it was with 3rd or 4th place best in show with this one, so we had a really good time. It was something different, really nice.
Last question to you, Anton. Do you have something new coming up?
No, not maybe. I don't know. The truck is being a lot of kilometers on it. We're using it for daily work, so in a few years I have some plans building something maybe a little more different.
I know you well, and I know you're from the northern part of Sweden. We can hear you have something in mind already.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I have some ideas. Something about something different. So let's see.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time, Anton.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Hi.
Bye. Anton, I am looking very much forward to hear much more about the upcoming project. So that was number 2 of 3 total trucks at Team Tapani. Number 3 we will get back to later, because Emil and I better hit the road once again, because we have an emergency waiting for us west of Gällivare. And just so you know, if you want to become a Swedish truck driver, you need a set of pelters and the world famous one block. Deep in the forest there was a digger on his way, as he had a job to do in the forest. Suddenly he started to sink into the swamp, as the swamp was not frozen anymore. The driver luckily managed to get out of the machine before it sank, but the whole machine disappeared into the swamp and died. They requested another digger, who got the first one out of the swamp and all the way back to the main road, as the engine of the machine died when it drowned. We are on the E45 west of Gällivare, and yes, this is how the E45 looks up here. 2 lanes and not too much space. So one lane gets marked up for safety while loading, and then everybody gets the pelters on and start a group call so they can communicate. I must admit, it sounded pretty easy when Emil told me this morning what we were supposed to do. Get one machine that was dead onto the trailer with another machine. Sounds easy, but it's actually not that easy at all. Luckily enough, the passing trucks and cars are way more respectful up here when passing us than they are on the European mainland. Well done, guys. We managed to get it on the trailer and now we are ready to go back to Gällivare. Time for me to get back on the road, as I am still missing one out of the 3 trucks to get full house on all 3 Tapani trucks. The Gold Digger. I'm going south again, and 2 days later I meet up with Juha, the driver of the 3rd truck. The Gold Digger is a Scania 660 and the latest project of TEAM TAPANI. The truck is inspired by the movie Sisu, which is about a Finnish gold digger during Second World War who fights the German for the right to keep what is his, the gold. And this movie can actually be seen on Netflix. Beside the airbrush that refers to the movie with scenes from the movie, the golden stripes and the Scania logos are actually made with real gold leaf, and the Michelin guys carry a rifle and a helmet. Really well produced and a really cool truck. That's actually it for today's episode of Legendary Trucks. If you would like to pimp your ride, you better check out Go In Style's webshop, because that's where you find everything you need to pimp your ride. And a link, of course, you find that one in the description of this video. In the coming episodes of Legendary Trucks, I will follow up on next weekend's event at Superdik in Holland. And we have a good one, a big one coming up, because I visit a guy in Sweden with a very special Scania hot rod. And of course, you can see everything here on the channel. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and then we might see each other at Superdik in Holland next weekend. Doei!